Well, good morning, everybody. I am loaded for bear here for going into town and doing, what is this, day 4 at the Big Tent. And we'll be also hanging out with Deborah Dickinson and Frugal RV Gal at their little extravaganza book sale for Deborah's books in Celarama. So we're gonna make it an exciting day. My hope is that if you're a fan of Matt's RV reviews, he will be there at the show today, and I'm going to try to talk him into some camera time if he's not too mobbed. He and I think his friend Will developed this liquefied tank treatment system that I was dubious at first. When the guy that he does all these, he's got a big channel and he reviews RVs. He gives tours of them. He does his famous 3 things we liked and 3 things we didn't like. But it's intriguing, and I've been watching his channel for a long time. He's very popular. He's a real character, a real pleasant character to watch and listen to. And suddenly he came out with this product, that was in competition with all these other powders and liquids and stuff that you put in your black and your gray tank, especially your black tank, to break down solids and just make life easier. And he came up with this product, and I'm like, okay, just another product, right? But then he did two extraordinary things about it. One, he did a giveaway. If you signed up on his website, they sent you a free one. And I did it, and he sent me, not because I'm a YouTuber, anybody could have done this, and thousands of people did. You just signed up, I want a free one. He sent me a free one to try it. And that was the amount of confidence that he had in this product. So then I started looking at people. A lot of people do testing of these various products. And there are a lot of YouTubers out there doing that. And I probably in total watched a half a dozen that were side-by-side tests of these. And this liquefied product, every single one of them came out on time. Were they all sponsored by Matt? I sincerely doubt it. And if they were, they weren't disclosing it, which is weird to begin with, because it's YouTube's not very forgiving if you're putting out stuff and not disclosing relationships and sponsorships and stuff. And I have been using it for over a year now, and it's great. But mostly, I love that. I want to see if I can get him on camera and get him to talk a little bit about maybe how he figured that out, where he got the formula, how maybe he'll tell a little bit of that story. I have no idea. But that's my aim today. He was doing yesterday, I was there at 10 o'clock, and they said, he's on his way in from Phoenix. He won't be here until noon. So I missed out yesterday, and I'm hoping not to miss out today. So the first thing we're going to do is, I've got a couple places I like to try to park. And the first one we're going to try, and it's 10 in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to have any luck with this, but you go in on Highway 95 south of Kuhn Street, where you see all the Class A RVs are parked for sale. And at the end of that, you see these big, they're calling the elephants, they're big yellow tanks that are actually decorated to look like giant elephants. It's kind of cute. But you go in there, and that takes you to the back side of the tent. And there's parking on the back side of the tent. And sometimes you get lucky there. And I've gotten lucky there several times. Yesterday was not one of those times. Yesterday, there's sort of a back way to go in to park where Celarama is. And I snuck in that. So that'll be attempt number 1 will be coming up here trying to go by the elephants, and attempt number 2 will be going where the Celarama is, and where a lot of people that are vendors there park, but it's not vendor parking. There is vendor parking. I won't go in there. I'm not a vendor. But we'll see how we do. It's kind of funny. I failed at this first one yesterday, but I ran into a viewer that said, "We got to thank you for telling you about this trick. We got a spot right here." And I'm like, you got my spot. You got my spot. Now, there is a spot up here before you turn. It's got a sign that says $10 parking. I don't know what that is. I haven't investigated that. It can't be, if it's a pay lot for $10, it can't be very big. Okay, so there's a line of cars coming into here. So that doesn't bode well, but it's peak time. What is it that I expect is going to happen if you come to the tent sale, to the big tent at 10 o'clock in the morning and expect to get some kind of primo spot? Usually, if I think about it, the success that I've had here has been maybe afternoon, like 1 or 2, where you stand a chance of people being done for the day and they vacate your spot and you quick like a bunny hop into their spot. I wanted to talk a minute about the big tent and maybe some things that you may not know about the big tent. I'm not sure. One thing that I've noticed is there's a vendor listing, and I found out, at least in one specific case, it's not accurate. I had a friend that needed a new phone from Verizon, and they're usually there, so I went to the website and I went and looked up Verizon. They weren't there. So okay, they're not there this year. I looked up AT&T. They're not there. Well, there's a Verizon right in the tent. There's a big Verizon display, and I told them about that. I said, my friend of mine had to drive all the way to Parker to get a phone, and because you're not listed, you're not on the listing. They were shocked that they were not on the listing. Now here on the left, I'm seeing if you have a side-by-side or a 4x4, there's designated parking spots for you, and there are plenty of them open. Now we're gonna go all the way up to the first row, because a lot of people don't realize that if you're careful and vigilant, you can go up to this first row of cars and try to park, and it's okay. It just doesn't look like it because there's people walking everywhere and there's signs, but you are allowed to drive there and park. So sometimes, and this is the area that's closest to the tent, it's the row, and sometimes people don't realize you can go down here, but I don't think I'm going to have that kind of luck this time. There's an open spot, but it's reserved parking for somebody. I bet somebody paid a pretty penny for that. So I can see all the way down this row, and there's no parking down here. And there's at 10 o'clock in the morning, there's going to be extremely rare for someone to be leaving as I'm coming in. Exceedingly rare. So it's not going to happen this time, but that's okay. The worst things in the world than being in a nice, comfortable, air-conditioned vehicle, looking for a parking space. Air conditioned or heated, depending on how you look at it. This guy's sort of coming the wrong way. Now, the streets are not marked one way here, but kind of way the cars are angled, it's a really good idea to go in the direction and only the direction in which the cars are angled. So we're gonna sort of give up the ghost here. We're gonna try our other method. We're gonna go across Kuhn Street and kind of sneak in that back way and see if we can find a spot that way, like we did yesterday. And a lot of people try to go down Kuhn Street and park on the street there. And again, like this, you only stand a chance if someone's leaving. And this time in the morning, once people get in there, they're going to be there for a while. So it's going to be rare. It's going to be rare. So the Rice Ranch, the RV park on the corner here, is packed to the gills. Now, coming out where I am right now, I'm trying to make a left on 95, which could be quite the wait when you're doing this because of the traffic. The traffic is very, very heavy. It's very heavy. You just have to take a chill pill and you gotta wait. And it's a bad idea to be aggressive here. And why do I say that? Because I've seen so many T-bone accidents at this intersection during this month in Quartzsite. Because you misjudge the speed somebody's going. Now here's a guy that's slowing down, making a left. So there I felt pretty comfortable pulling out. I know you couldn't see any of that, but you just need to be careful. You need to be extra vigilant in Quartzsite this time of year because there's just so many things, pedestrians and vehicles coming at you from all different directions. So we could be lucky ducks. Oh, there's a cute puppy dog right next to us. Ride in the back of a pickup truck. I'd never do that with one of my dogs because I would be terrified they would jump out. Or if there was an accident, they'd definitely get ejected and probably killed. Left Dottie at home because I don't take Dottie to the Big Tent. It's just too much humanity, too much going on, so we don't do that. So there's just a little back entrance in here. And sometimes if you go down here, not many people know about it, you can get a nice little spot to park. I see there's lots of spaces here, but these are all on the left. There's all vendor parking only. And it's not okay if you're not a vendor to park in there. These vendors, they pay a lot of money to be here. Now, this looks on the surface as I'm going towards here as promising as it was yesterday, given the lack of activity back here. But can be deceiving. We don't know. It was really good yesterday because a lot of vendors weren't coming just because of the wind. It was so strong yesterday. You know, they exist in tents, so a lot of them didn't come. But I'm kind of seeing maybe I see some people coming back with bags, so that's a possibility. But I'm hoping right back here. This is very close to my friend's. I see a friend's RV here, and I actually see open spots here. So we're good. We made a good decision. I'm parking exactly where I parked yesterday. So the plan is I'm gonna go up to the Big Tent. So the next scene you'll see is me walking in the Big Tent. We'll do our Big Tent video, then I'll shut it off and I'll head back to where Deborah Dickinson is and do a little bit of filming there. And that'll be today's video. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, here we are. And it's Tuesday, which according to my math makes it day 4 at the big tent. And I didn't notice this yesterday. A lot good coffee place, it looks like. So in here we go. And we have arrived again. And again, it's pretty crowded today. And I know you're going to recognize a lot of stuff that I already went by in previous days. And yes, I'm looking for Matt's place, and I'm having trouble remembering where it is. So I have to wander around and look until I find it. I might be on the wrong end, wrong side, but we'll have fun while we're looking. And it seems to me, yesterday when I was here, I kept running into their booth over and over again. So give you an idea, this board here, how complex it can look to setting up a solar system. So every one of these components usually are something that's required for your solar system.
Exactly.
And I have half an eye out for if AT&T's here. I know Verizon's here. They weren't on the list. AT&T's not on the list, but that doesn't mean they're not here. And I think Verizon is down the middle here, so I was going to go by and ask them if they know if AT&T is here. And we always, you'll run into traffic jams of people here, so you just gotta, like everything else in Quartzsite in January, you have to bring your patience with you. a particularly crowded area here. And this is the liquefied thing. Is Matt going to be here? Matt,
how are you?
My dream for my RV channel is having you on it.
Let's do it.
All right, I have a mic for you.
Perfect.
Matt, I've been a big fan for a long time, and I was just telling my viewers that one thing I sort of wondered when you came up with the liquefied thing, and then you gave them away.
Yes.
I got a free one.
Thank you.
And then I'm a big researcher, so
okay.
I started watching people that test them on YouTube.
Yes.
And you were coming up on top every time.
If anybody knows a thing or two about a stinky black tank, it's this guy. Yes, sir.
But I wonder if you'd be willing to share how that happened for you, how you found this.
Yeah, definitely. You want the whole story?
I would love the whole story.
So my business is Matt's RV Reviews.
Yeah.
And I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And I found out that Matt's RV Reviews isn't a real business. It's a sole proprietorship. If I stop making videos, me and all my team, we all lose our job.
Right.
So I wanted to come up with a business that lives 24/7, even if something were to happen to me. So at first I wanted to make surge protectors. And then I'm all like, but what do I know about surge protectors? I don't know anything about them. And so then I'm all like, what am I known for? And I'm like, I guess sitting on a toilet, but...
and explain that. That's the perfect squatty position. And
that is a prime poop position. Bing! And so I'm all like, that's my competitive advantage. And I'm all like, but what am I going to do? Make porcelain toilets? How do you even do that? And then it hit me one day, was toilet chemical. So then I bought the top 15 RV toilet tank treatments, and I had a really simple idea. Let me figure out which one works the best, go to a chemist, have them reverse engineer it, and then slap my name on it. Seriously.
Really?
So I bought the best 15, figured out who made the best. Coincidentally, they do private labeling, so they didn't need to reverse engineer anything. The company's called Century Chemical.
Right.
And so now Century Chemical makes our toilet treatment liquefied. What I love to tell people is, we didn't make this formula in our bathtub. We worked with the people who make the best formula, and in our opinion, we have the best marketing. So we made them do orange scents, and we put it in this Beadix bottle, which has the 1 ounce pre-measuring spout. All you do is take it, fill it up 1 ounce, and pour it in your holding tank.
You know what I do? I waste it because I do the 1 ounce for my 25-gallon tank.
Yep.
And I go, that can't possibly be enough.
Yes.
So I always do 2, and I probably only need to do 1.
Well, you're flushing your money down the the toilet, but hey, you know what? I appreciate it. I double love you now.
You know, it's funny. I talked to the ladies here. You were driving in from Phoenix.
Flying.
I was here early.
Yeah.
You were driving here from the Phoenix airport.
Yeah. Oh, from
right?
Phoenix, yes.
And I said, well, I'll see him tomorrow, though. But what I really want is him to do the trumpet sound, and you've already done it twice.
Three times the charm.
I love that. And so the last, I tell my listeners, Matt has turned me from a happy camper to a liquefied camper.
Yes, I love it. Think of me when you poop. Not only that, we're giving away a free RV. If you go to liquefiedrv.com/sweepstakes, all you got to do is fill out the survey and you get free entries for our free RV giveaway.
Okay, and the special today is a packet of 2. Am I right? Is it $20 for a packet of 2?
Yep, it's called the 2-Show 2-Pack to celebrate the Florida Super Show and the Courtside RV Show all at one time.
This ex-happy camper is going to buy one right now at the end of the video.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate it. I am so thrilled I got to meet Matt, and he did the can't even do the trumpet sound he does, but he did it 3 times for me on film, so I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see, what else do we have here? We didn't walk this way yesterday, so let's take a peek. Let's take a peek at what we got. Look at these are mini bikes, and you know what? When I was like a 10-year-old kid, the one thing that 10-year-old Rob wanted in the 1970s was one thing and one thing only, and it was a mini bike. And the kids in the neighborhood that had mini bikes, they were the cool kids for sure. Oh, and this place is RV furniture. They're here every year, and they generally have pretty darn good prices on things like recliners that you might want to replace something old or something that isn't comfortable in your RV. And we'll look at a couple of the prices here. This one, $909 right there. This one that's absolutely has to be leather. Both these are $13.95.
You know, they appreciate it when you take those because otherwise they have to carry them back.
Yeah. I like your thinking.
And these are little sofas that turn into recliners. So if you're in the market for this, you can come in and try them out, and you will see whether you like the comfort and the price. So we have more food options over here, different from yesterday. Look at all the things that you can get here. And this one's called Whatever Kachina. And it looks like one of their specials is the Sonoran dog taco.
It's a light radio. So when I got people here eating.
All right. Oh, so this is a place that hires campground hosts. Maybe we'll see if one of them would like to be interviewed.
I got 4 seasons down there. Yeah, the finance guy I know you got rid of. All the wrecks, I know all the stories. Yeah, I know you guys.
See the map up there? It looks like they got one in Florida. They look like maybe 10 in California, 4 in Oregon, 3 in southern Utah, Colorado. It's American Land and Leisure Nationwide Campground Management. And oh, they even have one in Michigan. Take a look at this.
We might. I think this young lady's taking it.
Oh, really?
She's going to try anyhow, yeah.
I was looking to interview one of you guys for my YouTube channel. I have full-timers that look for jobs like that. Are you willing to do that?
Sure. Are you Russ?
No, I'm not Russ. I know Russ, though. I'm Travels with Dottie is my name. And you can use that microphone.
Uh-oh. Excuse me a second if you have questions, but yeah, I know all the RV country people down there. That's funny. Yeah.
So let's go this so I get your face in the good light. There we go. So this is, I can't say who you are, but your thing flipped around. Your name tag flipped around.
Oh.
I couldn't see. And it is Lee with American Land and Leisure. And I know so many of you have an interest in this lifestyle and you're interested in being a campground host. And those of you know that I've been a Army Corps of Engineers campground host and had a blast doing that. So tell us about what you might be willing to offer people.
Oh, we offer people. Okay. Number one, usually a spot to stay in for free.
Okay.
That's part of the compensation package. 2, an hourly salary, which is usually minimum wage in the state that they'd be working in.
Right.
Okay, that's part of the package. I can't say heavy work. If you're hosting, it's usually light work. A little bookkeeping, you're taking care of the funds, whether it's reservations or first come, first served type payments. So, you're responsible for keeping records, recording, or getting that money to your manager. Cleaning out the fire pits, people leave messy. Depending on the landscaping, maybe a little weed whacking or grass cutting. What else? Of course, the worst part, bathrooms. You have to maintain the bathrooms, keep everybody happy there.
I did that.
That's key importance. Keep them happy. And that's basically it. Get people situated, put the marker cards on their spots if they have reservations, keep track of who's coming and going. And that's mostly it for the responsibilities. Then you have, you're your own manager. So as long as you keep everybody happy, if you want a day off on Monday or Wednesday, you're your own manager. You can make your own schedule according to your workload or needs, and keeping the people happy mainly.
Well, the first unique thing that I find about what you said is my experience has been Army Corps of Engineers, state parks, national parks. You don't get paid at all. You just get the site, and you're offering the site plus minimum wage, which on the surface sounds, well, that doesn't sound great. But then when you realize most camp hosting jobs I'm familiar with, you get nothing other than the site. And they always say, oh, it's hardly any work. It's 20 hours a week. I never worked 20 hours at any one of those camp hosting jobs. It's always been more.
The other thing I have to add to that is a lot of different positions or companies, maybe KOA and stuff, they'll deduct. They say, hey, that spot is worth $500 a month. And they'll deduct that out of your pay. Or you'll get a 1099 for $5,000 at the end of the season saying, hey, that's what your spot was worth. We don't do that here.
Yeah, and that's good because I do know a little bit about the IRS tax code. If you have a place that's required for you to be there, then it's not taxable income. So, but don't take my advice. I'm not an attorney, right? But check it out for yourself. So, how do they get in touch if they're not here in town? Is there a website?
Yes, we have our website, and I don't know if it'll come up, but if they scan that.
Let's put it on there. If you scan that
should get them to where they need to be.
And then here is the information on the card for you. And I do high resolution, so you should be able to see all that.
All righty.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
And I'll take. No, I mostly want the very expensive microphone.
Oh, come on.
Thank you very much.
All righty. Have a good day.
So that's something for those of you that are interested in camp hosting. And like I said, I worked for the Army Corps of Engineers, and they did give me a full hookup site, but no compensation. And this company gives you the hookup site and the compensation. Maybe it's minimum wage, but that can be pretty good depending on the state that you get placed in. It sounds pretty nice. Do your diligence. Hang on, I need to clip. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have two microphones. I have one on me, and I have an extra one that I use for people I'm interviewing. So I'm trying to secure that extra one so I can walk freely. So forgive me for that. And we're going by what we interviewed yesterday. We interviewed electric e-bikes, and this is their test track here. So if you're interested in one of their e-bikes, you can come here and try it out first on the track, see how you like it. And I think there's one other place I want to show you up here. If I think I'm on the right side of the street here, we'll see the right side of the tent. So here's a fancy looking place. International Fair Food, Philly cheesesteak, fried pickles, sausage on a hoagie. It's nothing but health food from side to side all around the big tent. It's okay to splurge every once in a while when you're out You're on vacation, maybe having fun.
I made my rounds.
And there's Robin's Roost. She has a little place in town that we've visited before. And when I was talking about Happy Camper as what I used to use before I found mats. And nothing against Happy Camper. I've never had a complaint, but I love the liquid a lot better than the powder. It's easier to use, and it seems as effective, if not more. And this is what I wanted to show you. This is kind of like an RV supply tent that has lots of stuff at good value. We'll take a little walk through here and see what we have. Electrical cords, inverters. I'll go through slow so you can see the signs and the prices. RV mats, Camco products. There's little kind of footstool places, things that are well constructed. They're here absolutely every year, and they have quite a wide selection of things that you may discover you need when you came out here. These are my preference for their tent stakes, but they use, I put down my carpets with this stuff and help secure my solar panels. My solar panels, the big ones, I use these big things, drive them into the ground, and then attach the ring to the solar panels so the winds don't knock it around. Oh, these are air fryers. A little bit bigger than the one I have. I have a small one just because it's a really small camper. But this one is just a hair bigger than the one I have. But since I got an air fryer, I've never turned back. I've been pretty satisfied with it. And it's just, I don't even know what brand it is. I bought it on Amazon. And here's all kinds of miscellaneous things. And there we are.
Couldn't bring it out.
And these things are, if you're staying out in the desert and you're boondocking, these outdoor rugs, it's a must-have. If you don't have one of these out, you're going to get dust and you're going to be miserable sitting outside. So here's a place where you can get them. All sorts of sizes, it looks like. Lots of tires. Look at these pretzels they sell here. It looks like we have some music happening here. And they're right next to the Jumbo Smoked Turkey Legs place. Live music.
Hey, Chrissy, Gary Christopher. Hey,
You know, I did not go by the Verizon place, so let me see if I can just put my eyes on it real quick and ask them. I think they're in the middle aisle right up here, if I'm not mistaken. And you guys will remember these guys. I came in and I bought one of these, and the verdict is thumbs up.
Right.
I installed it. It worked perfectly. Now, it wasn't the 12-minute install. I had a little bit of a hard time, but I finally figured it out. But
yeah, a lot of times you got, like we say, to install video, right? You got a lot of maintenance
Right.
to do up in that ceiling.
right, but as it turned out in mine, when I looked at it, mine was taped up tight as a drum already.
Oh, was it? Good.
Yeah, so I didn't need to use any of the tape. So I was a little confused about that part. And the other thing that confused me is that my intuition said this needs to be over where the end where the filter is, but it's the opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like keyed to cover, so you can't put it on the wrong way, right?
Right. That's how I figured. I can't put the screws in, so I must have it backwards.
That's
so that
right.
was smart. Thank you.
Don't you remember, I'm the owner.
Oh, I remember. You're in my video from yesterday, and people have been asking me, well, how did it work? How did it work? And I put out a short yesterday showing it. It's hard to tell people, to show people on a video the difference that it makes. And what my observation was this. I did the video and I said, it's still pretty loud, but then I realized the sound I was hearing wasn't the AC, it was the air coming out of my vents. So I put the camera right up to this, and it was like you hardly hear anything. I said, so the sound you're hearing is air coming through the vents.
And that's why when I do videos, I hardly ever show sound difference on video, because number one, it's never the same. Every rig's different.
Right.
And every rig is different, right? So what matters is, are your ears happy, right?
Yeah.
And when you sit down and watch TV, you notice you're not looking for your remote control anymore.
Right. And my big thing, if you recall, was having Zoom meetings with clients. Having that annoying sound in the background is not going to be an issue. And this, can I show this again?
Yeah.
This is this filter is electrostatic.
Electrostatic filter, correct.
And do you have one of the cheap ones that come stock, so I can show people the difference? Okay, these things, I'm sorry, are not to disparage any manufacturer. These are crap. And look, just this one hasn't even been used. Look at all the debris that's caught on there. This is going to be far superior, and I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, the big thing with the foam filter, a lot of people don't realize, is 3 months you throw it away. It degrades.
Right.
And and more people now are converting their coaches over to LED lights if they didn't have them before. And LED actually puts UV rays up, and that's actually what can chew this up. Plus the ozone in the air chews this up. It degrades just like tires. Not too often we actually replace tires in RVs because it wore out.
Right.
Age.
Yeah.
Same thing with filters. So 3 months you throw it away, and you can see you can crush it. It's soft.
Right.
My material, you cannot crush it.
Right.
And that's huge when you have airflow going through something that's soft. It's going to actually crush itself, and that blocks off airflow. You can't do that with our filter.
And I can put a vacuum cleaner right up to this in place and vacuum it off. And this thing, I don't mind so much having to replace it, but in my case, I find it's a giant pain to replace.
Right.
Getting it up there and getting the plastic thing on, which never fits right. My old housing for my Dometic, it was a moment of joy when I tossed it into the dumpster yesterday.
Yeah, and there's nothing holds this in place.
Right.
It's sucked up inside.
Yeah.
Again, air has to go through my filter because it's on a frame, and it physically gets screwed into place. There's no choice. The air has to go through the filter. And you can wash the filter.
Right.
Use it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You have a happy customer here. Yep. All right. It was nice to see him again and tell him about my results with his product. He was happy to hear that. Well, I was wrong about the location of Verizon. I think it may be one aisle over. So when we can cut over, we'll we'll check that. And all that's going to happen is I'm going to ask them if AT&T is here. Even if they were and they knew, they probably wouldn't tell me. That's their competition. And I'm not going to take too much time looking for it. I'm going to be here tomorrow and Saturday, and I'll be here on the final day on Sunday. I don't think they're down there. No. How about up in this direction? I don't think they're up here either. So I'm completely have it wrong about where they are. And you know what? I'm feeling like it's not really worth it. So let's head over to the Stellarama and check in with Frugal RV Gal and author Deborah Dickinson and see how their book sales are going.
And then that thing that Mary got, was it a red pig?
All right, I have a feeling I'm just gonna go down here, halfway down, and see if they're down here. It's kind of hard to discourage me.
You know, I got sucked in for one of them times.
Let me show you this. You see this behind here, how it's
Nope, they're not down there. Okay, I'm giving up officially. And guess what? I'm exiting on the incorrect side, so we need to go back through the other side. Here's a guy that comes here every year, and I get turned around every year. And by the time I figure out where everything is, it's Sunday and it's over. And here we are. We are back out. We're on the correct side to get back to Tyson Wells. And if I see something interesting, I'm going to have you stay with me as I walk out. If I see like an interesting RV to walk into, I might just do that. And here are people coming to the big tent. They're coming from Tyson Wells. It's a little bit of a hike in. So, RV, buying an RV, not an expert. So, get out, go to the kitchen, And grab that grain of salt if you're going to listen to me, because I have my opinions. And my big opinion is contrary to what I actually did. And what I actually did was I bought a new RV from a dealer, and I got lucky. I bought a 2021 Winnebago Micro Mini 2100 BH with an upgraded 15,000 BTU air conditioner and a couple of packages that were upgraded packages. I forget what they're called, but I got lucky and nothing went wrong. But so many people are not that lucky. So my advice is buy a used one. Why? You think, oh, if I buy a new one, it's under warranty. Well, depending on how much stuff goes wrong, it could take a really long time to get your stuff fixed. Versus if you buy a used one, guess what? They've already found that stuff. They've already figured that out. So the stuff that's less stuff will break because they've used it and they found out. And here's my second piece of advice. Get an inspection. It's going to cost you $1,000. It'll pay for itself. A qualified RV inspector. I'm going to shut it off on my way up to see Deborah, and when I approach their booth, I will turn it back on and make a fuss about them. See you in a minute. All right, here we are, guys. We're getting close. We're getting close because there's a Jones sighting, a Joan Rock sighting. There's a Frugal sighting, and Deborah has disappeared. Deborah's MIA again. There she is. And the real star of the show, the person that you really want to see, is Bandito. Whee! Hello, Bandito. How's everything going today, guys? Good. I just wanted to end my video. I just wanted to say hi to you guys, and then I'm going to shut her down here and hang out.
Say bye.
Say goodbye. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me today and going to the Big Tent Show. And I hope you're as excited as I am that you got to meet Matt from Matt's RV Reviews and Liquefied Toilet Treatment. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.